Yeah.
Wait, that was bad. I didn't do good.
Wait,
It's supposed to be bad.
What's the key? What's the key? Okay.
Welcome to the Unabridged podcast, guys. I am hosting for my very first time, and I'm honored. So, what else do I say besides just what's up?
Say something.
Something? Okay, first question. I just got back from Australia, so have you guys ever pet a kangaroo before?
No.
Have you pet a kangaroo before?
I pet. What do you say? Do you say I petted it? I petted a kangaroo.
Did you petted a kangaroo?
Has anyone else petted a kangaroo?
I've not.
Dude, they're so soft, and I actually I had this intrusive thought where I was like, this would be an amazing blanket, and then I felt bad.
Cruella de Vil vibes.
I was I'm petting this kangaroo, and it's so sweet, and its ears are so big, and he's just chilling, sleeping or something. I'm like, so soft. It'd be a really good blanket, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
So soft. I'm gonna chop all your skin off.
It was so sad. Oh god.
It's I want to eat all the kangaroo meat.
I actually have kangaroo jerky.
Yeah.
I've heard it's good.
Crocodile jerky. It is the same thing. Okay.
Jerky's jerky.
They don't taste that much different. And for you guys that are disagreeing with me, I'm sorry.
What did you say about me?
You're not even... There's no way you would get offended by me saying that different beef jerkies don't taste that much different.
Talking to you.
Who are you talking about?
I was talking to them.
I'm talking to them.
Ew.
Yeah. Okay. Focus. Okay, have any of you ever petted a wallaby? A wallaby.
Okay, wait. What is the difference?
Oh, true.
Oh, don't ask me that. One of them is
a wallaby
smaller.
and a kangaroo.
One of them is smaller, and one of them is really good at boxing.
Okay. No, never petted any Australian animal.
Is it petted? Is that the word?
Have you ever petted?
Have you petted?
Why does that sound like a naughty word?
What?
Probably is.
Have you ever?
You know, it's fine.
Have you ever petted a boxer?
Have you ever pet an animal? Just say it like that. You don't have to say petted it every time.
So, but yeah, kangaroos are actually super dope because they lean back on their tails and knock you the heck out. And I told my mom I wouldn't promise her because if a kangaroo wants to fight, I'm there for it.
Did this happen to you?
My mom was like, "You will lose," and I was like, "No, I won't." And there was and on my bucket list, I'm from Arkansas. Okay, I want to wrestle an alligator because we're the only place in the surrounding area that does not have alligators. Louisiana, alligators. Florida, alligators. They're everywhere except for where I'm at. I mean, I think somewhere in southern Arkansas, but it doesn't matter. My bad. Am I talking too much?
No, it's your host.
You said there are two places, and then we went. They're everywhere except for I don't think Texas.
That's enough for me. Actually, they probably do somewhere. And if anything, they might have caimans because I think that those are more in the southern part.
What is a caiman?
It's kind of like a crocodile, but it's not, and it actually has black skin. It's like a black crocodile.
It's its snout is longer and it's funky.
I actually think the caimans have shorter snouts.
Really?
It doesn't matter. Look it up, John.
I'm pulling up a picture.
Something like that.
Love our audio listeners.
It's on
I'm
your
pulling up a
bucket list,
picture.
you said, to fight
It's definitely
one
on
of
my
those.
bucket list too. Not fight or actually wrestle a crocodile or an alligator. Kids, don't do. I had a voice crack. Don't do that ever. Only me.
Did this happen to you?
No, sadly.
Dang it.
It just looked like a regular crocodile or alligator. I actually don't remember what the...
Look up the differences between them.
It looks boopable.
Did you say puntable?
Boopable.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Difference between a caiman and an alligator. Sorry, you guys keep talking. I don't want too much silence.
Okay,
I'm looking this up.
just staring
longer,
at
sharper
him.
teeth and agility. Caimans have longer, sharper teeth and agility.
Has agility points?
Yeah,
Dang.
It's pretty good.
It's a D&D character.
I mean, if Americans are slow and percentage-wise overweight and, over the border, they're not as bad,
will get
then
you.
I was about to say, what is the caiman to our alligator?
they're obviously they're gonna be better fit and whatever. So Okay, enough with that.
Did you fight one though? Like
I
feel
did.
like
I didn't.
You presented this
Okay.
like you might have fight.
I didn't. I wish I did.
so sad.
There's a scientific way to do it. There's a professional way to do it, and I've studied it because I'm a nerd. So, but yeah, I went to the Australia Zoo, and it was awesome because I got to see Robert Irwin and the entire family, and they're not usually there, and they kept saying the words "school holiday," and it made me really happy
School holiday.
because
You guys are here on a school holiday.
the Irwins aren't usually there. And so the one time that I'm on Australia, they're like, you know what? These Americans are here. Let's do this.
Wait, say Americans.
Americans.
No, try to say it like an Australian.
American.
I have to get in the vibe. I started getting really good at it when I was in Australia. I was there for a week.
Americans.
Like, and when I got back, I had like a little bit, and it's already gone because I'm not Australian. But it was awesome. They were talking about the crocodile and like what his name is. His name's Monty, and apparently he's fat for a crocodile, and like
Not fat shaming the crocodile.
chunky.
Dang.
And so when the whole entire Irwin family came out, and like they were talking about how we're supposed to, you know, be nice to the crocodile and not call him fat or overweight, and you need to call him bulky and girthy. And
It's like cursing the fig tree.
yeah, he's like you, like, and the mom was like, you need to just say he's bulking. And so this crocodile comes out, but that happens only after the Irwin family runs out of a smoke tunnel, like football players. And I'm exhausted. So physically, I look like I don't care, but inside, I was fangirling so hard. Okay, enough about
That's
my
cool.
trip. Unless you guys have something to say, because you guys have just
Yeah,
been-
was that like your favorite part though? Just
Oh, the zoo?
Yeah.
Yes, I
That's
love
cool.
animals so much. I've actually only killed one deer. It's like sad and happy thing at
Is
the
it the
same
deer on
exact
your
time.
shirt?
No, I wish. That has so many points.
Put them on my wall and then I painted them on my shirt.
Granny got this for me for Christmas to celebrate my victory. No, it's
printed
kind of
it.
like as a redneck, it's like, dang, I've only killed one deer.
You self-identify
But
as a redneck, or are you like actually a redneck? Like what defines
Self-identify.
What defines redneckhood? You know what I'm
Is your
saying?
neck even red?
Kind of
Well,
is.
most of the time. If you're outside a lot, you get sunburnt. All right, 4-wheelers, trucks, mud, adaptability. Okay,
I feel like that sweatshirt's like a you're in. You know,
I mean,
for those
I mean-
listening, his sweatshirt is like a faded American flag with like
A deer on it.
deer on it
can I get
in
up
the
from table
grass.
here?
It's the most redneck hoodie I think I've ever seen in my
It's the
life.
Same thing on the
redneck.
back.
It looks like it's
Oh shit!
he rolled
There's
around
two-
in some dirt in it too.
Are there two
but really,
deers?
that's just the color. It was
I've
pretty
been.
good.
It's the same deer, I think. In
It's
the back.
beautiful.
I got it for Christmas. My grandma. She gave it to me for Christmas. Love you, Grandma. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love it, and it's the most cozy thing ever. Okay, so what are we
Well,
doing?
you were
Okay.
going to ask us a question, but I just first wanted to hear what you thought.
Well, I mean, if you
Like,
guys want to say anything,
Defines redneck hood.
Okay, what defines redneck hood?
This episode is about you.
What?
Not about you. Sorry, it's hosted by you. So we
Because
want
if I
to
know
know
that,
about
then
you.
I'm kidding.
I have a lot
My
to
favorite
say.
color. I'm kidding. That's not for you. That's not
What is it? You got
What
to
is
tell
your
us
favorite
now.
color?
Okay. My favorite color and my interests have evolved just as my emotions has as I get more mature.
He's like, I'm colorblind.
No, wait, we need like a simple answer so that you can get back to the redneck question. We can't keep following.
What
this
is it
rabbit trail.
right now?
Lavender.
I really like
Orange.
almost like a turquoise color.
That's wonderful.
That's great.
Anyways, what defines redneck?
Okay, adaptability, natural survival instincts, stoicism, strength, naturally. Not necessarily good looks. Some do. Some are TikTok farmers, and that's cool.
Is it like your teeth being gone or something?
That's definitely a thing. Old cooters, they've got like 2 teeth, and they shine them. Not actually. They don't shine. I mean, they might, but some of them, tongue hangs out. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm gonna quit kidding. I mean, they're there.
You had to like check on me. Like you went, I'm joking. Like,
But like there are those rednecks. But there's lines.
That seems like a fair starting point, though.
Yeah. There's definitely lines though. Like between hillbilly, like whoa. Like and like some of them are like save the trees, and some of them are like I'm smoking the leaves off the trees because I ran out of money. So like, and then there's like me and my family, which I'm kind of like half and half because I'm also, if you guys don't know, I'm a theater kid with this guy. But I'm also a redneck, and it's really confusing to people. It's confusing to me, for crying out loud. Because over the years of my life, I've been trained in choral, musical theater, country. I've done all those different things, so I can change how I sing. So sometimes I feel like the imposter in a country room. But
no,
check out the album.
Differing vocal tones is so fun.
It
like
is.
being able to like change how you sing is so impressive to me.
Well, because why only do one thing?
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on,
It's kind of boring.
a jack of all trades. Like
I want to be able to sing like myself, Kendrick Lamar, Ben Platt, and Channing at the same time.
he does do a good Channing. I can't.
It's actually kind of
Just literally listen to Rat Hole. Like,
Yeah.
we sound identical.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it.
For audio listeners, I'm biting my lip.
Wow.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. For audio listeners, this is also the sound of a door closing with Jon-Marc on the other side of it. Kidding. He's a valuable member of this team. Okay.
So was there more to defining redneck, or that was a good starting point?
There's so much. Like when everyone else is not in the mud because they're afraid of diseases, we're like putting it in our cereal.
Nice.
Like we don't.
So
Not actually,
anti-culture.
Jon-Marc. We listen. Like
They
we're
leave their
not
Christmas
afraid.
lights up all year. As
Why
porch
would you
lights.
take them down? Just turn them off.
I mean, yeah.
Just turn them off. Don't be dumb. There's twice the amount
No,
of time
that's
that you
valid. No, that's so valid.
That's twice the amount of chances that you'll fall off of the roof and die, and then your family's alone. Okay.
Oh.
sorry. For the audio listeners, I'm not actually crying. Okay.
We didn't think you were.
But that's like a meme now. It's just like for the audio
For the
listeners.
audio listeners.
Titus on the table is being,
Oh yeah.
fixed. Our
Oh, should we
rat.
talk about Titus
Right?
at some
Is he
point?
a rat or a
At some
mouse?
point.
He is a rat.
He's
yeah,
a rat. But he's a
we'll
cute
come back
rat.
to
He's
you.
pink
Yeah.
right now.
Anyways, thanks for defining redneck, Gabe.
He's a pink
Ask us
rat.
the question that you
Okay.
were so ready for, and then I took us on this elaborate journey. I'm sorry.
Well, what I was getting to before we went on the redneck conversation was I was like, well, I just talked about my trip, and I was like, if you had any questions about it or about Australia or something, because the zoo was super cool, but also hundreds of people sprinting to the altar per night was also dope.
So this was just a mission
So holla.
trip, like minimal tourism stuff, or was it like kind of like you all did a good amount of tourism too?
No, we didn't do much tourism. I was exhausted. It's a 15-hour difference. I'm exhausted right now. Like I'm tired. Like I'm not physically exhausted anymore, but the other day I was dozing off on the way home. I had to call my dad. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. There were hundreds of people a night. Ben Fitzgerald, if you are watching this, you're fantastic. But yeah, he would say, don't walk, run if you want to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord. And they would sprint from the stands that were 200 feet away. They would
That's
sprint and drop onto the altar, which was grass. It was outside. It's raining. People are raining. People are raining. The Lord is raining down. Oh,
It's raining,
yeah. It's raining. So
I heard gospel
like-
coming to Channing.
raining. So it's
That's not
raining.
gospel.
I don't know what you were saying. You went,
Gospel is just powerhouses singing gospel, like Christian music. Like
built
if you're a
different.
powerhouse, like if Mike Tyson started singing, it would be gospel, not because he's the power. It's because he's a powerhouse. Okay.
So get canceled on episode 3.
My bad, guys. It's like I am
That's
from
the title.
Arkansas.
Gabe gets canceled.
Gabe gets canceled.
It was like,
Gabe
I am
gets
from-
canceled and tells us about Australia.
it's like I am from Arkansas, guys. CJ would always make that joke.
It could be Oi Mate, Gabe gets canceled.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Crikey,
But yeah,
gets
it was
canceled.
okay. It was fantastic. It was so cool. People would it would be raining. Like it's freezing cold. It's not freezing cold, but it's cold. The wind is hitting every raindrop that hits your skin. And people are just dancing with flags, with everything, singing, dancing, everything. And the rain is just there. And it is freezing cold. And I don't usually get that cold, but I was cold. And it was fantastic, though. Am I... La, da, da. Okay, it was fantastic. But yeah, so my first question...
Wait, is it
What?
true they're only allowed to eat Vegemite in Australia?
No. That reminds me, I was supposed to try it.
You didn't?
You didn't
I did.
even
What's
have
Vegemite?
Vegemite?
Go back.
No, I think the leader that I went with probably still has it because he said I had to try it. He also said that I need to do the milk challenge where you have to chug a whole gallon of milk in an hour, and I think it's going to be easy, but
Don't
I
you
might
do that
be-
like every day?
I'm like, that's not difficult. An hour?
Yeah,
I do that in
think I could
15
do it.
minutes.
Don't you drink like a gallon of milk a day or something?
I have, and chocolate milk. And when I got off my fast, it wasn't good for the Brahms chocolate ice cream.
Dude
It
eats
was-
like a gallon of milk and a rotisserie chicken for breakfast. Like,
Okay, rotisserie chicken is so
In
good.
30 minutes.
yeah, like the whole thing.
30 minutes is way too much time for a chicken. It takes like 10 minutes max.
And milk?
It's gone. It's crazy.
What is that
I
thing you
don't
brought up,
drink
though? I don't
milk.
actually know what it is.
What?
Vegemite?
A
Never heard of it.
chicken?
You think I know what it is? No.
Nobody knows what
It's
it is.
like veggie Nutella.
What?
It's like black tar. It's vegetables Nutella,
Cool.
and you spread it on bread.
Sounds kind of good.
No.
No, I haven't even tasted it, and I know it's not good. And
Actually, wait, no. That was. Does it look like chocolate or like jelly?
it'll probably look like I've never seen it.
Imagine how
I
like
think it looks more like jelly.
If it looks
but
like jelly,
it's not the
it's
same consistency.
No, there was a guy on the plane that said, like, I don't know him at all. I was just talking to him on the way there on the 13, like it was like a 13 or 15 hour flight. It was ridiculous.
yikes.
And I was just talking to him, and he was like, no matter what they tell you, Vegemite is disgusting. I was like, thank you, my brother. And I had just watched like Braveheart for the first time. And so I was like, thank you, my friend. Like in my head, it's fine. But yeah, so first question.
You saved my life.
Jon-Marc, no, he did. I mean, I'm still going to try it because I like to try everything.
I'm really curious. Like,
We should just order some and
Honestly,
try it on the next podcast.
DoorDash,
you might need to
Vegemite.
speed up.
And then
up.
instead of
just trying not to
yeah
bark.
being the intro, it'll be us gagging on Vegemite.
Oh.
That'd be
I don't
great.
know if the best audio intro would
So you might be wondering how we got here.
just like, where's the YouTube link?
That'll
I can't
happen when
handle
my
it.
mom met my dad.
What?
What are those YouTube
I was
videos?
like, is that the next subject?
that one
That's
trend.
wild.
Okay.
Imagine going from Vegemite and being like, all right, so this is how my mom met my dad.
Okay.
It's a rainy night.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
It was a rainy night with the Vegemite.
Oh,
That's the next song.
someone write it down.
306B coming out.
Yeah.
It's recording. We'll keep
Opened it up, took a whiff, decided I'd go fly a kite. Okay, so what we, meaning, I would leave. That's so deep, you don't even understand. It's so deep, you don't even understand it. Oh, for those audio listeners, that whoosh of wind you're hearing is from Jon-Marc's masculine hand pushing air towards
He's
me.
on fire, and our smoke detector pretty sure doesn't work. So,
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter.
amen.
Yeah, it didn't go off when I walked in here. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
I'd for you visual, you guys understand that was a joke.
For the audio listeners, I'm hot.
That's just the title of the podcast. For the audio listeners.
For the audio listeners.
For the audio
That's not
listeners,
even-
Gabe gets canceled.
Okay. All right. Serious faces. Take a deep breath. Bubbles in our mouths. Okay. Jon-Marc.
Oh,
Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. Okay.
I thought you were going to ask me a question.
The first question, it came up during a meeting that you were actually part of. Ministry is like what is the, I don't even know how to word it almost. Like, missions and everything like that is very fulfilling on the inside. And it's very fulfilling with community and the people you do it with, and the fact that you're doing something that puts joy on the Lord's face. Okay, we're good. The world looked like it was about to end, and then it didn't. So that was good.
Real.
So the difference between the fulfillment on the inside and the fulfillment of purpose that you have when doing the Lord's work, and it's just under the umbrella of ministry, versus the practicality of it if you want to have kids, if you want to buy land, if you want to do all those kind of things. And I understand that like there's been like a bunch of stories of like God, like even like at the church we go to, like the pastor was like, you know, God, this piece of land, I'm praying for this. And then boom, someone gave the land to the church. So it means like there's a whole ton of things and there's nothing God can't do. It's just from my experience, I have seen like people that are barely, like they're happy that they're doing what the Lord wants them to do, but it's like really hard. And no one said it was going to be easy, but like, I don't know.
So what's the question?
Like I said, I don't know how to,
Yeah.
I don't know how to phrase it. It's like, is ministry practical for all parents that are all like, I don't know, like I'm part of some people's ministries is business and that can be profitable, but like you can be super fulfilled on the inside doing what God has you doing, but like, what if you can't like afford to like put your kids in school? But then it's like, why would God do that? And like, I don't think he would, but it's
so
like,
is ministry practical financially is what you're saying? Or
maybe.
for
Yeah. Because I
parents?
mean, usually it's not a big paycheck. And I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily have a stance on it because every situation is different and God can do anything.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. Let's just talk about it because I've already talked too much. And like, if I had like one of the Fitbits or something to like tell my steps, if I had words, it would like not, it would be such a big number that it couldn't fit on the screen at
20
this
billion.
point. So
No, that's okay.
you guys turn to talk. Bam.
So the question though, that just so we're all answering the same question is it practical financially to do ministry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the difference between how it fills you up spiritually and with community and stuff like that versus if it's actually good for if you want to have a family and stuff like
What
that.
does Channing think?
Well, this is kind of like an example of like a story that kind of relates to that. But actually, my girlfriend's mom, whenever she was like in college and stuff, she was planning to go overseas and do missions work with her. With her husband. But basically, a bunch of stuff happened, and like they weren't gonna do that, and so now she always like wanted to like go among the nations and stuff, like the Great Commission. But what ended up happening was like she was essentially grounded like in Tulsa, like in the States, and then like with a kid, and basically she had to like, what she realized was that like even if she couldn't go among the nations, that actually like we live in Tulsa and the nations are here, because like every year there's like a different people group that comes through here. Like,
did she feel like she was called to go to other nations besides the United States?
yeah, she was, and she was like kind of disappointed whenever she couldn't
So
do that.
do you go and do what you feel your calling is and not have kids? Or if you have kids, do you take them to those places?
So what happened in this case was she had a kid,
Okay.
and without going into too much detail, she couldn't like necessarily go overseas to where she was called, and then she realized, oh wait, these people are like there's people here, like the nations are here in Tulsa, and so she's been.
Oh,
Ooh,
special guest
special
coming.
guest.
It's
It's
Mama
Mason.
Mason
And Colbert.
and Colbert.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Keeping this
continue,
all
Channing.
in.
Oh yeah.
Talk to him.
Had to turn the AC off too. It was roaring, so
Yeah.
should be a little better audio now.
I'm just saying, if God really wants you to do something, He'll figure it out. It's not really your problem.
Like how you were given money to go. Like it's a thing of, if you don't have the finances and God wants you to do it, He will provide for it.
Yeah. Like in this case, it wasn't so much like, yeah, you're supposed to minister to these people, and then she wasn't able to, and God was like, "Ha, joke's on you. They're here." Like,
Well, the thing about my trip also is that my dad, I don't know what he thought his calling was or anything like that, but he got married, he had me and he had my sister, and without my dad and my mom, like, I don't know what my mom thought her calling was going to be either. And so they had me, and now, because like they're not overseas, they have regular jobs. And that made the way for me, because my dad was saying, like, I'm getting to do all the things that he wishes that he could have done. And now he's been able to make that happen for me. And so are some people stepping stones?
yeah, that's possible.
Or is everything a stepping stone?
It is possible to like pass things on generationally if you don't fulfill it, to set up the next guy to do it, because often there's a lot of stuff that you can't necessarily do in your own generation.
Solomon.
But
Yeah, because my dad said, he used that example. He said David spent his entire life gaining riches for Solomon to build the temple,
yeah,
not for himself to build it.
it's completely possible. I mean, I just wouldn't like take it as too much like of like an excuse to like not do anything, because I mean, even if you're not doing what you thought you were called to do, you still have a calling in that moment. There's still something for you to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like in my head, like I've got this like weird half ground where I want to like be going, like traveling everywhere. Like I've gone to 5 countries in 3 months, and I've never been out of the country before this year. And so I'm like, what if I just always did that? But then it's also like, I want to be a dad, like really bad.
yeah,
I want to have a wife that lasts with me forever. Like all that. The land, the white picket fence, the whole deal. But like, and so I'm like, when does that, and it's like my roaring 20s. What?
Sorry.
For the audio listeners, I'm kidding.
For the audio listeners, I just let out a fat one.
okay.
All right, you're done. You're
on.
done. This is the second time. What?
Whoa! I'm like, let me get it out now so that we don't have to worry about it later. All right, we chilling.
We're editing that out, right?
No.
For the visual people, I hope you did not see his face that he was just making to try to make sure it was all done. You're done, Jon-Marc.
These microphones are directional, right?
I think so.
I don't think it'll pick it up, but I think it would be really funny if it did. Switch to the camera
We'll
audio.
dub it in. Like,
We'll dub it in.
Just a huge game.
we'll get like the Alexa farts in there.
Specifically snip out
my
that
word.
part and then just gain it up really loud.
Oh, for context, life hack: if you ever like want to have a bunch of fun, just ask Alexa to fart for you, and you just keep asking it, and eventually it'll ask you if you want her to fart like 50 times in a row, and you can be like, "No, I want you to do 100," and it'll do it, and it's the best thing.
Was that satisfactory?
Yeah, no, I don't think ministry and financial things have to be tied together at all, though.
Cool.
I think ministry is not about financial stability. It's about spiritual obedience.
Yes.
And I think that fulfillment and just not lacking, whether that's relationally or financially, is all part of.
I don't see a red light, by the way.
Yeah, anyways, I don't think finance.
Well, anyways,
Let me try.
Well, anyways,
anyways.
I think
Well,
Anyways,
It is.
okay.
no.
If there's one thing I can tell you about that, sir, it's that.
I want you to preach in Australia. Is that financially stable, God? Shut
Yeah.
up.
Like,
Literally shut up.
I just think it's a misread
Do
question.
I get a 401k?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had no real definitive, because I talked to my dad about it too, which is when a lot of this came up. I was like, there's not like an answer. Because, I mean, there's a lot of things in life that force you to trust God. I don't know. And so it's like, that's fun. Okay. Well,
Next
what
question.
about you?
Oh, no, me. Hi, how's it going?
Wait, are we going to keep answering this question?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
haven't
so much. I
answered
mean,
yet,
it's
but
okay.
Okay,
For
yeah,
some,
yeah.
I don't know what my answer is.
it seems like a difficult question, but I feel like it's super easy because there's not an actual answer.
Well, it's like, it's just, maybe that's a question you don't ask is the answer.
Away, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
what was John
You just
Mark
made my
saying
brain explode. What did you say? Okay, Jon-Marc, go ahead.
Micah just said maybe that's a bad question.
Probably is.
Not what he said. No, I think in terms of like, is ministry financially responsible? I feel like I've already said. I technically I've already said my answer very shortly, but it's just all about are you called to it? I remember I'm still so confused. I won't name names, but a good old
Talking to your mic.
initials GF. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. He prophesied over me one time, and he said that, and I'm not insulting him in any way, but he said something about like, I just see something to do with you with Africa, and I was like, what? And I have never before and never now since that moment had any sort of spiritual feeling about Africa.
Oh, I just realized
What?
who GF is.
Yeah.
I was totally with you, and then I was like, wait.
No, it was like
Oh.
it was a thing where I was so pumped up on I think it was camp. Like camp, orientation camp.
Camp
And-
will do it.
and-
And you'll meet your wife. You think that for like 3 days, and then it's over. Learn that.
Where I was trying to figure out like they were doing an altar call and they were like, all right, we're gonna prophesy to you and we're gonna have you guys go through this whole line and stuff like that. And the first thing I hear is, I just see you going to Africa. And I'm like, maybe on tour, but like I don't.
Tour.
I'm like, I've never seen.
Guys, we have an announcement to make.
Guys, we're going on tour to Africa.
We're going to Zimbabwe.
I bless the rains.
We're going to Kenya.
Let's go. No, no, but I like
Why are you holding it like a champagne glass?
because it's easier for me to hold it to my mouth like this. So
I feel like there's no good way to hold these.
no, these are so weird.
Imagine being
love
like peasants and not having a cool doohickey crane thing. That holds your mic.
Anyways.
No,
Sorry, my bad.
okay, but like it's just all about, is it financially responsible or not? It is financially responsible if you have been called. Period.
Amen.
Next
Hiya.
guest.
Braxton.
Yeah.
Please don't trip over those chords or we're literally so mad at you. Okay.
My heart was beating.
I need to make like lower thirds graphics for each like person that walks through.
Okay.
It says Braxton, man. Like,
Height. Weight. Social security
Just like
number.
their whole stats are on the.
Yeah.
but yeah, bottom line,
People saved.
Spiritually, it is financially stable. It is financially responsible if you are called. If you are not called, don't do it. Amen.
Yeah.
All right, then. Neat.
Next
What
question.
do you guys think? Tell me, because
Yeah. Leave a comment down below.
I need to know.
I need
What
to
you
know.
guys-
Subscribe to the channel.
All right.
Please.
Next.
Subscribe to all 3 channels.
All 3 of them.
This question came up 10 minutes before we started.
Gosh, we're going to it.
Oh.
This is going to be scary.
This came up 10 minutes before we started. Why is my mic jiggly wiggling?
This is the
Okay.
kind of title that you would put and people would be like, ew. Like they would not click onto it.
Okay, ready? Bum, bum, bum. Would God ever forgive Lucifer?
Didn't we just talk about this?
We did,
Yeah,
but we weren't recording.
We weren't recording.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
That's why you
I
put
was
it on
like,
the
what?
list.
I feel like I just had this conversation.
So yeah, I thought that was the door again. I was like, there's no one else who should be coming through.
Well, one of those guys didn't even live here.
True.
So, I mean,
Yeah, but the other two people who live here are sitting right here.
One
there's
thing
a
that
party.
immediately comes to mind is like whoever leads one of these little ones astray, it would be better for a millstone to be cast around their neck and thrown into the ocean, which is kind of fun. I mean, not like
good plot
that,
point,
but,
honestly.
like,
Channing wants to start drowning people.
a good plot point for sure.
well, I mean, if he feels that way about like people who do that to other people, I mean, Lucifer is kind of like,
I mean, God
Just
kind
with
of
the whole
wrapped a
human
millstone
race.
around his neck and was like, you know what? How about you go down there?
yeah, I mean,
And how about you go down there? You
How
know?
about you go down there and be a freaking reptile? Like,
his
Oh,
fate's
even better question. This is so much cooler. Do you guys think that Satan actually changed form, or do you think he's just an angelic being that has been changed inwardly? Do you think he actually turned into this gross demonic
No.
pitchfork?
no, not at all. No.
So that's why I feel like that's why it's so cool. Well, so cool.
I mean, angels have
quotations.
masculine
But
It's
abilities.
fascinating.
Like, it's fascinating that he was the most beautiful, yet now he's the most disgusting. Yet on the outside, he could still be beautiful.
He is probably a very
Like-
handsome man.
Well, he had.
He's not a man though, but I hear what
He's
you're
an
saying.
angel.
Yeah, man is in like
yeah.
he
Handsome
he
individual.
he's referred to as a he, so I'm referring to him as a man. In the same way that God doesn't technically have gender, but he is still referred to as a he because of his fatherly.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
masculine, I guess, probably.
Yeah,
Well, I
no-
mean, also he is usually the default gender in most.
Yeah, you don't really hear of any
We
female
don't
angels.
exactly have a neuter form, so we just default to he.
Yeah.
But
As it should be. I mean,
But like,
Wow.
you're done. Okay, Micah gets canceled.
we got two members that canceled. Me and Channing are the only ones left.
we're still in.
On the
Last man
internet.
standing wins.
but like it is so cool that Satan, I keep saying cool, it's like it's fascinating that Satan was the most beautiful, and then he like is still the most beautiful angel.
I mean, it's still a pretty attractive being if you're thinking about it.
Well,
like
the organ, like the pipes coming out of his wings or whatever, like he was gorgeous. He was the best singer of anyone. And then he's like down there still being gorgeous.
Notice how is it described in the
we're
Bible?
in far-fetched territory with all
Wait.
this.
Okay, so
He was the choir leader, bruh.
notice
I mean,
how
we can
it
also-
is- he was.
Yes.
It was.
He was the musical director, bro. He was the MD in heaven.
He was
okay?
the MD.
Now I agree with
He
you.
was the
He
worship
must
leader.
have been the MD.
He was.
I'm glad you clarified. Now I totally agree.
he had to talk back.
He was MD.
No. Okay.
Put that on a
Do
shirt.
you think they have in-ears in heaven? Or like,
Like I think the devil was MD. He had a lot of talk.
are we
back.
gonna use in-ears like on the new earth? Or like, how's that gonna work?
I hope we don't.
New creation.
He tried to modernize the worship and put like a 3 minor in there or something instead of just going 1 4 6 5. And
He used a tritone, and that's when he got kicked out.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we
don't do that around here.
We don't.
Lucifer introduced pentuplets and everyone freaked out.
Wow.
I did that.
Okay,
No, I'm just
no.
kidding.
So where it does say in scripture that he had I'm asking he had the holes and stuff like that made music when wind passed through or something.
I think so.
Is
I
that
think.
scriptural?
I don't think so.
I look it
I
up
think it is.
because I'm realizing that if he was
Is it even
literally
scriptural that he
Honestly,
was the worship leader.
it
of
was
heaven?
no, that is actually scriptural. Yeah.
And he was
Is it?
a crazy, heckin' beautiful being. That is scriptural.
He was the
as
most
well.
beautiful of all
Okay.
the angels.
That is actually that's true.
Okay.
But one thing I
A
would
lot
like to
of
point
it,
out
yeah.
is that since he was the worship leader in a way, and he was literally music flowed through him, that he uses music now to destroy people.
Yeah.
I just find that fascinating how he literally so sorry.
Oh
I
my
just farted
goodness.
again.
Okay, John-Marc, you're done. No more.
Can we cancel him yet?
Is that how I get
Do I
canceled?
win the game?
Micah gets canceled for sexism. Gabe gets canceled for racism. I get canceled for farting. And Channing is left unscathed.
I'm unscathed. Ooh. He found something.
I'm finding
You found
the
it?
tea.
Oh,
No, not yet.
Angel of Light.
Keep
I
talking.
find it interesting how
Keep talking.
like a lot of what we believe, it's like I feel like it's not actually biblical because like
Yeah,
I'm trying to
true.
find
The popular
like, I've tried
depiction of
finding a lot of
Satan
stuff. and it's,
Is like with as a goat-like creature with horns, a tail, and a pitchfork is not found in the Bible.
Yeah, that's
He's
like Baal
shown-
or something.
He's shown to be,
yeah.
let's see, he's no physical form because he's an angel. The Bible describes Satan as a spirit being with no physical form, angel of light, and also this is the
Don't look at AI overview. Scroll down.
AI overview.
Because that thing lies constantly. A winged child poured in light from a jar. That can't be correct. That's Wikipedia. That's somehow
it
even
must
worse.
be true.
It must be true.
What? Lucifer's real name before he fell? Okay, we're gonna have to look. We're gonna
That's
have to,
like Book of Mormon crap.
Or like
it said like Samuel.
Lucifer,
It was Sam.
even like the name
Good old
Lucifer and
Sam.
stuff, like
Yeah.
is like commonly understood as Satan's like real name, but
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
not like
Satan is a title.
well, right? It's,
It's
not
the
like
Satan.
explicitly used like super clearly throughout the Bible that like
Right.
every time it says Satan, it's talking about like Lucifer. I don't know. So
There's
I
a
don't,
lot of arguments that's not necessarily the same guy, and like
Right.
there is debate on like where the dude is currently, because there are other
Where the dude is.
like there's other verses that like sort of mention him like being the accuser in heaven, like at the moment. So like we don't actually like there are different arguments on like where and like what exactly he's doing at this exact moment.
I mean, God said to Peter, you know, get away from me, Satan. So what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Opposer.
what is that even like? Was that an idiom or like what
no,
is that?
Satan is just someone that's opposing you.
Yeah.
Like if
Second-
I, even if it's in a good way, like if I push you out of the way of a car that's going to hit you, I'm your Satan.
Dang it, Satan.
No, like actually, it's just your
2
opposer.
Corinthians 11:14 says, and no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light, which is also what Lucifer is described as.
Yeah.
So I
Angel
don't
of
know.
light.
In that case, like it definitely
Yeah,
is
the AI
talking about
said
the
that.
same dude.
Yeah, like it's
So-
literally, yeah. I feel like they wouldn't put that in there and be like, oh yeah, no, there's just two angels of light.
Well, I'm
Like-
just pretty sure.
I mean, what if
morning
Lucifer-
Lucifer comes from the word morning star, like
Morning
the
star.
phrase.
Yeah.
And then that phrase is only used so many times in very obscure passages, and so it's just like funny to me that like we're so like set on like calling
Like it's definitely this one dude.
The-
but like
the pinnacle of evil.
I'm
Lucifer,
a
you know?
research a little bit more as we're talking.
But I mean, he probably is.
No, it definitely.
be, yeah.
I feel like it definitely is, because I feel like there's no way that it's like, oh, this angel got like this. They talk about this angel who got struck down to earth, and a bunch of other angels followed him and became evil. And then all of a sudden, they talk about the like Satan and the devil and the tempter, and it's just like, oh, that's not the same guy. It's like, why would we even talk about Lucifer
But, like,
if
what
he's not
if-
important to the rest of the story?
But what if like the title of Satan could literally be talking about like any of the demons at any given time? Who does anything?
I think it's possible because like.
I mean, they do like act in like We Are Legion type things. Like,
Right. I think it's what I've been explained to, and I don't know if there's any biblical reference for this, but what I kind of see it as is okay. Still blinking. Sorry, it went off for a second. What I see it as is that obviously Satan is not omnipresent. So he can't be tempting everyone at once. So we are not being tempted by Satan. We are being tempted by demons. That is like bottom line. I'm pretty sure that is straight up biblical. But what's it called? Satan himself is probably tempting who is going to become the Antichrist. That's the way that I see it. Is who else would he be tempting except for the one that is going to be like the big bad in the end?
I mean, that's if he's born yet.
That is true.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. I'm saying
that's a few thousand years to be pretty bored. If that's his only
I mean,
objective.
unless he's like tempting like the biggest
the biggest bad in the world at that current moment, like the freaking minions, like always following the
Has to find
worst
Big
villain.
Boss.
He's got to find Big Boss. And so like maybe one day it was Genghis Khan.
Did you know
and
the
then the
minions
next
are
year-
actually an allegory for Satan? No, I'm just kidding.
they are legion.
They are.
Big boss. What was the
Or
whole
they
big
are
thing
many.
we were saying yesterday? Like
What?
big crime is actually a scam by
Oh yeah.
No, wait, what
No,
was
did you
it?
know like Big Hanger is actually the hangers are actually a scam from Big Hanger. Like your ideal laundry system is actually just like 2 laundry baskets, one for clean clothes and one for dirty. And like hypothetically that can be your whole laundry system. But instead you're forced to buy and use like hundreds of hangers in your lifetime. And you have to constantly put your clothes back on them, like all the time.
Yeah, and they still get wrinkled.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Oxygen is a scam by Big Air.
No, literally.
No, what's like
O'Hare
O'Hare Air, bro.
Oh, hair. Dude, I like actually buy candy though. Just
That's a thing for real.
it's so good.
And air.
Oh my gosh, bro, that was so good air. That was like 90% oxygen.
Yeah,
Except too much oxygen
All right,
is
Gabe.
actually bad.
Do you have any more?
it's crazy.
I actually don't. I couldn't think about
I
many
found
things. I mean,
sorry.
what time are we on?
48 minutes.
I do have
Nice.
another evidence for Lucifer and Satan being the same person.
I mean, yeah, duh.
that the
Morning
AI
Star
generated?
capitalized. No, this is Wikipedia. No, but this is actually
Even worse.
This is scriptural basis. This is scriptural basis. So it says that
Passion Translation.
the Morning Star
Next
capitalized as
question.
the original name of the devil.
That's my funny bone every time.
The Morning Star capitalized as the original name of the devil before his fall from grace, and then it says, "I saw Satan fall like lightning." So Satan and Lucifer are both testimony. Satan and Lucifer are both described as falling from heaven.
Yeah.
That can't be a coincidence.
Unless it can.
I mean, why would two?
This happened multiple times.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's like
He kept coming back and going, bro.
these
You know
angels.
how a
These
third
angels
of
just
the
have big
angels-
egos. Like
Probably is.
A third of the angels getting dragged down. Well, actually, that was like they're individually booted. It was not.
we only talked about it twice.
We only talked about it twice.
Imagine it's just a constant every day. As there's one angel being like, "I want to be God." He's like, "Another one.
man.
Get out of here. Get out. Get out of here."
Oh wow,
What's
you guys did
happening?
so much better than me. What did
you
I was
do?
saying another one bites the dust, but you guys were like, you're like,
Get out of here. We're only gonna self promo.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
All right, let's move on. Sorry, go ahead. Get out.
Anyways,
Anyway.
what's the title of this podcast?
Gabe gets
Title of this
canceled.
podcast.
It should be honestly called Anyways. Quirky Mate, Gabe gets canceled.
Demons.
for audio for audio listeners.
Crikey, Lucifer is Satan. I don't know.
For audio
Crikey.
listeners, Satan fell like lightning.
This is my testimony from death to life. Because
Yeah.
Grace rewrote my story.
I will.
We're gonna get copyright infringement, man.
Oh, man, we are.
No,
we're
we're
gonna
not.
have to bleep all that.
Probably.
We're not
I don't think you said
cussing
enough.
unless we are
Oh
like R2D2.
Man, am I gonna have to talk to CCL? I know.
no! If I'm not dead, you're not dying.
John
Don't
Mark,
push it. Don't push it.
Wait,
What do you mean? Don't push it.
I don't know.
we already pushed it enough.
let's wrap this sucker up.
Greater things are still
Yeah,
to come.
can I even see you, John Mark?
Oh, I believe.
Trying to like
if
have good
you can't see
posture.
the camera can't see you.
That never works because in hide and go seek, everyone can see me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding. I'm actually fantastic at hide and go seek. It's crazy.
He hides in the cellar. I don't know what that means.
We don't have a cellar.
We should.
What if we
Honestly,
do?
yeah.
What if we do have a cellar and then we're gonna be able to make Sweeney Todd 2?
I love how you made that reference looking at Channing as if I'm not the only person who actually gets it.
Who's Sweeney Todd?
You are the new Sweeney Todd.
You'd be
I'm
a very
Sweeney Todd.
strange Sweeney Todd. No, he'd
You're
be
strange
Tobias.
Sweeney
It'd be hilarious.
He'd be
I've only
Tobias.
watched it once. I don't know.
You'd be Sweeney. I'd be Anthony. He'd be
Oh.
he'd be Tobias. You'd be
Would I
love
have
it.
to shave my face? Would I have to shave my
Dude,
face, or should
shave
I just
Gabe
do
would
a
be
full
terrifying.
Josh Groban?
Full Josh Groban.
Dude, Josh Groban is crazy. My choir teacher was able to sing with him. She was dope.
Wait, guys. Are we not going to address like the fact that like an EP is out or something?
Oh yeah, we have an EP out.
Holy mess! Hey guys, guess what? I know guess what? We stop laughing at me, guys. Guys, okay, guess what? All right, we have an EP out.
What is it called?
I still don't know what EP stands for, but
Extended play.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have an extended play thing.
Extended play. It's 6 songs.
Play. We have EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, so we have the thing.
Wait, could
out.
you wait a little longer before you say it? Just a little more.
What?
We're building the suspense.
We're gonna get to the hour, guys.
Hold on, ready? Okay, ready? Guess what? Okay, guess what? We have the extended play thing out with songs and cool things on it. So if you go to like YouTube and everything, you can listen to it and
Don't go to YouTube. Go to Spotify.
Go to Spotify.
It's on YouTube.
Actually, go to Tidal.
I don't know what that means.
Someone's gonna give us money.
Tidal
Really?
or Apple Music, just not Spotify, man.
Stream.
Okay,
Stream it
Channing
on
doesn't
anything but
like
Spotify.
Spotify, so
Yeah.
listen to Channing because he's smart. So
Spotify
do that.
sucks.
But guess what? If you that's the title now. Guess what? So if you listen to it, you get to hear.
Well, how did
My
they
song.
find this EP?
You use your fingers
You look up.
and you type it in. And if you don't
What are
have
they gonna type
fingers,
in?
I'm so sorry.
You're actually gonna type in
we
Rat
all love
Hole, the Unabridged project.
No, don't type in Rat Hole.
The Unabridged. It is the
Yeah,
fastest
don't-
way to find it.
Don't
because
type in Rat Hole.
If you type 206B, it's shown up on most.
206B by the Unabridged, all caps. Yippee.
Don't look
The
up Rat Hole.
Unabridged is all caps.
Yeah, that.
There's no space between the 206 and the B. It's just
Jon-Marc!
206B.
I'm sorry. Comedy comes in threes. Okay.
We'll
Okay.
also put the link.
No, next question.
We'll also put the link.
What is
in
the true definition
description.
of repentance, Channing?
Oh.
repentance? Means to change your ways and stuff.
Bam.
Amen.
180-degree turn. You said you're sorry 3 times now.
So I have to fart a 4th time is what you're saying.
No. You choose never to. I almost said defecate. What is that? No, we're not.
No,
doing-
defecation is straight up pooping.
Okay, we're done. This is over.
Thank you guys for listening and
Micah's
watching.
cringing worse than you guys are. So
All right.
feel bad for Micah. Sorry, guys. That we'll have a talk with Jon-Marc afterward. He's been
I'm
a little-
hosting next episode.
He's been a little
That's
bit
terrifying.
unruly. So yeah, maybe we'll get subscribes just because people feel bad for us. Because
This is Titus. Should
Oh
we
my
explain Titus real quick?
gosh!
The Titus Lord.
Okay, we have-
What are we at?
We're at
I'm just waiting for you to say we're done.
We're at 54.
Just say the word.
All right, 2 minutes to talk about Titus.
Just say the word.
This gorgeous rat made from a Post-it note.
Yes.
His name is Titus. What's his
It wasn't
middle
a
name?
post-it note.
His middle name is Titus.
His middle name is Titus. So he's
Timothy
he's
Titus
one
Theodore.
of those. Timothy Titus Theodore.
That's his name.
Actually,
He's
that
my
might be a
son.
humongous Post-it note. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, he's got the Hollywood jawline. He is fantastic, and no cats have got him yet. So we're gonna keep it that way. But yeah, we are done, and I want to.
Good podcast.
I wanted it to be over so bad. It's just like, we're out.